luck. They have a very good program, as we've seen here for the last couple weeks, and I think they're pretty excited.
That they are, and of course, you know, we saw the show, or we've seen it all year long for all the home games especially, and if you've traveled around to see them perform. But the Dekalb Barons now forming their huge huddle right around Dave Schlemmer. He's kind of the fire-up guy each and every Friday night, and of course, he likes to send out his wild guys for special teams action to start the night, as we will each and every Friday night. Dekalb Baron football here against the Bellmont Braves. Barons will have the opening possession. And if you've been with us the last couple of weeks, they've done very, very well on kickoff returns. Chad Sunderland in particular, and even if they don't kick it to him, the Barons tend to flip it back to him and try and get behind that double wedge straight up the chute. Right in front of Chad Sunderland is number 22, Adam Harrell. Chad is flanked to his left by Brad Souls. Frequently he gets the ball and he'll flip it to Chad. And to Chad's right is Jason Armstrong. Lining it up to kick for the Bellmont Braves is Jake Seifring. He'll kick it off from the 40-yard line for our radio audience. Now he comes sprinting up to the ball, and they blast it through the middle. It's going to bounce once. Oh, nice convenient hop to Chad. Takes it about the 16, straight up the middle. Here comes Chad. Cuts to the outside. Can he use his speed to turn the corner? Not quite, but he's going to be across the 40-yard line to the 42 or 3-yard line. Another excellent kickoff return by the Dekalb Barons, as the Bellmont Braves all attacked the ball at once. It wasn't an onside kick. He kicked the ball hard but low, but it still bounced right to Chad. He took it about shoulder height and was able to get behind the fine folks up front. So we welcome you to our sectional broadcast, first of what we hope will be many tournament games, as we follow the Dekalb Barons. Barons, of course, have made 2 very long tournament runs in rather recent years, and hoping to start one here. Matt Hawkins on the option, pitches the ball back. Oh, stuck big time. Wow. Matt's hit, and so was Sunderland. Sunderland goes down for about a 3-yard loss right at the 39-yard line, and somebody was assigned to Matt. Matt didn't get the ball from center as quick as he wanted, or he had a little fumble in there on that opening play, maybe with the play fake to the running back straight ahead. But the Barons wanted to go option on the very first play, pitched it to Sunderland, and boy, somebody put some shoulder pads on him.
Yeah, it was number 20, which was Brad Schum.
Schum, one of the leading tacklers on the team. Barons now second about 13 over the left side. Jason Armstrong, he's hit at the 40, stays on his feet. Finally ridden back at the 42 or 3. Back to the original line of scrimmage goes Jason, and sets up a 3rd and 10 situation for Ron Cook's Dekalb Barons. Shuttling in with the next play for the Dekalb Barons will be Andrew Smith, 5'9" sophomore, and he'll take a spot wide to the left. To the near side comes Nick Schumann. He's the Magnum man, number 44. Number 14, Matt Hawkins. Very efficient quarterback. He's got Sunderland in motion to the right. Now Matt rolls to the right, puts the ball up, and is caught on near sideline. Out of bounds, however. No, it's still in bounds, I guess. Boy, it was so close to the sideline, I thought for sure he was out. He gets about 6 on the play. And a good pursuit by the Bellmont Braves that time. One of the linebackers, Eric Brown, was there. And it's 4th down and a long 4 for the Dekalb Barons. And Brandon Damstra will go from his offensive line spot to the punting position. And the Barons go ahead with the punt here. And it appears they will. Brandon hits it from about his own 37. He gets under it this time very well. A fair catch is caught. And it is received at the 26-yard line. Bellmont Braves will have their opening possession of the night. Said 2-5 in the NHC this year. A couple of wins. One early in the season, one about 3 weeks ago. They countered trap play the very first play. Got a little bit of running room, and fighting off a block and making an outstanding play at the 29-yard line for the Dekalb Barons is Brad Julich. Wow, that saved a potential big play.
That was a big play.
I saw the Bellmont Braves working on that counter with their slot back. He was coming right to left that time during the pregame, and I just had a funny feeling that they were going to try and feature that tonight. But the slot back looked like he had some running room, but Brad fought off a block and got right in his face, gain of just 2. Back to throw his quarterback, Steven, got a man in his face, eludes him, however. Now cuts back, and he's going to be tackled at about the 31 or 2-yard line as black jersey Dekalb Barons swarm the white jersey John Stevens. John 6'1", 181-pound junior. He's a right-handed thrower for our radio audience. On the season, 87 completions out of 165 flings. Good for 1,531 yards. That yardage leads the conference, so does the number of pass completions. Good for 13 touchdowns and a couple of PATs. Third down and a long 4 for Bellmont. They go option to the right side. Good pursuit out there in a corner and just barely back to the line of scrimmage. The Dekalb Barons get it done again. And coming up is Slick Nick Greco. At the point of attack, the Barons would not let the Bellmont Braves get into their option game. So both defenses nullify the option game. So punt formation now for Sebring. Low snap. He gets it. Aaron Cook gives a little bit of a rush. Couldn't quite get there in time. The ball bounces out of bounds. Barons will have excellent field position close to the 50-yard line. They'll spot it at the 47. Barons just 53 yards away. They certainly gained some yardage on that exchange. So we're just underway from Zeke Young Field. We've expired about 3.5 minutes. Each team's had the pigskin once offensively. Now it'll be Matt Hawkins and the Dekalb Barons' turn. Matt with 33 completions this year and just 53 attempts, 62%. That leads the conference. He's going to hand off second man over the right side, and it's going to be Jason Armstrong running tough into Bellmont Brave territory. That's how Ron Cook and the guys like to start a drive. 6 yards on the first down call. Little scissors action that time. Faking Harrell going right to left and giving the ball to Jason Armstrong going left to right.
He got in behind the Damstra and Cook and just followed the blocks.
Damstra and Cook line up to the left side of the pigskin this time. Phil Friend is the steady center. And handoff second man through over to the left side, and Armstrong's got the first down. This is what Ron Cook and the Barons would love to do all night long. And, 5 weeks in a row if they could, and earn a trip to the Dome. Run the football, keep it on the ground, get right in behind that offensive line. It just keeps getting better and better. 2 fine runs, first down yardage for the Dekalb Barons into Bellmont Brave territory at the 42-yard line. Smitty and Sunderland line up to Matt's right. That's the wide side of the field. With the first down, Matt backs up, wants to throw, sees a man wide open, and he's got Sunderland. Sunderland inside the 30 and ridden out of bounds close to the 25-yard line. Schum helping on the coverage, but not before Matt completes the pass to Chad Sunderland, his 14th reception on the season. Matt now with 34 completions. He came into tonight's action with 441 yards of passing offense. 2 weeks ago against Bellmont, Matt completed 7 of 9 for 105 yards and a touchdown. Another first down for the Dekalb Barons. Now at Bellmont's 27, handoff over to the left side, and Harrell is hit right away, but forward lean gets him inside the 25 to the 24. He's going to get about 2.5 yards out of that when the play was really stuffed initially.
He was stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And give him a scant 2 on it. We've expired 5 minutes into the first quarter. Barons on a drive, their second possession. Scoreless ball game right now. Andrew Smith flanks wide left. Sunderland to the short side right. Matt with the count. Matt fakes. Matt rolls to his right. Matt looks, puts it up, and they're going to throw a flag inside the 5-yard line. A Bellmont Brave and Brad Souls bump into one another at the 2 or 3 yard line. That should be a penalty against the Bellmont Braves, as Matt was going downtown that time in the direction of Waterloo. Well, there was definitely a collision on that play.
There was. I'm not sure the ball was catchable, but Brad ran right into the defender, and that was worth 2 flags.
Barons will pick up another first down, this one on penalty, and that sets the pigskin on the right hash mark at the 12-yard line. First and 10 now for Matt and the gang, and he'll send Sunderland and Schumann wide out to the left. That'll draw some defensive folks. Barons spread out their line splits, and they'll probably have a running play. Spread out that defense. Now in motion goes Harrell to the left, and hand off to Armstrong, and he gets down to the 10-yard line. Just a little off-tackle play. Gain of a couple, 2nd down and 8. Barons need to get to about the 2-yard line for a first down, and of course they want to stick it in the end zone and be the first team to score. Very important to Ron Cook and the troops to seize the early momentum. If you can, a team that has struggled, if you can hit them hard and hit them often, that really sends a message and sometimes makes it a little easier as the game goes on. Second man, left side, Armstrong, inside to 5 and down to about the 3-yard line. Barons running that scissors play very, very nicely, and this time Armstrong ends up running over the left side. Set up 3rd down and about 2. They're going to say his knee spotted down at the 4. So the Dekalb Barons have had a good mix on this drive. About 2 yards for a first down. 4 will give them a touchdown. A little more than halfway through the first quarter, looking for our first points of the night. And Matt's going to hand off straight ahead. Harrell, and he is stuffed, but he gains a couple. He's going to be close to the first down, around the 2. They'll have to measure. If he didn't make it, the Dekalb Barons will just be a foot or so away with a 4th down still in their pocket. So the officials will bring the chains over. Last week, Matt completed 3 passes out of 6 attempts for 42 yards against the Carroll Chargers. Barons winning 7-2, and it is a first down. 1st and goal now for Dekalb inside the 2-yard line.
Been 4 first downs in this drive, 6 runs and 1 pass to Chad Sunderland out here, and the big penalty.
Dekalb Barons come up to the line of scrimmage. Phil Friend leads them out. Hartrampt and Greco are blockers to the right side. Wide splits on the left. Damstra and Cook from the 2. Matt goes left side. Armstrong forward lean. I don't think he got in. But the Barons get closer, and they're inside the 1 now with 3 more pops at it if they need that much. We are approaching the 4.5-minute mark. Schumann will shuttle in the next play for the Barons. Scoreless right now, but perhaps just 1 play away from our opening points of the night. Matt brings them up, looks over the defense. He's got Harrell to his right, Armstrong to his left. Now Armstrong gets up tight. Harrell backs up a little bit. And we're going to go Harrell over the right side. Does he get in? He does get in. Touchdown, Dekalb. Harrell took a pop, but he didn't have to go very far. Less than a yard away, and the Dekalb Barons will go for the PAT. Aaron Lochner is out. And how many yards on that drive?
That was a 53-yard. They started on their own 47 and took it in 9 plays, 8 runs, and 1 pass with Adam Harrell topping it all off.
Aaron Lochner, as we were talking about on the pregame, the last 3 Dekalb Baron wins. He and the specialty team here has been 9 of 9 on PATs. Good snap, placement by Matt Hawkins, and Lochner does this thing. Barons lead 7-0 against the visiting Bellmont Rays. We'll have more when we return. This is
the side from side to side just about as well as a lineman you can expect. He just does a great job.
John Noah now will take residency as a defensive tackle. He's number 75. You're not familiar with John. 6'4", 210, just a junior. We'll get a chance to enjoy his play next year as well. But from his defensive perspective, 9 tackles for losses. They count inside counter, and they block it well this time. And turning the corner in Baron territory, inside to 30, inside to 25, inside to 20, and chased down by Sunderland inside the 15-yard line. Wow. Kneffelkamp with a great run. They popped the counter this time. And I have to admit, they had the Dekalb Barons walled off with some very fine, clean, crisp blocking right in front of us here on this near sideline. So they open up the counter very nicely, and Kneffelkamp with a big gainer.
That was the same call they had earlier earlier in the game, and that Brad Julich saved. This time he wasn't able to get there.
Quarterback fakes, keeps the ball. Stevens on the run this time, down to the 10-yard line. So Stevens, no way was going to hand that one off. It was clearly a quarterback keeper, and a gain of 6. Ball in the middle of the field, just outside the 10. Let's call it the 11-yard line for Denny Hayes Ball Club. Denny, a longtime assistant coach, and he's been the head coach now at Bellmont for 6 years. Little motion right to left, handoff for Conrad straight ahead, and he is stuck quickly. And that's Jason Armstrong right there at the 10-yard line, a no gainer. It'll be 3rd down. Let's call it 4 to go for the Bellmont offense. The next snap could likely be under the 3-minute mark of this first quarter. Dekalb leads 7-0 on the strength of Adam Harrell's 13th touchdown of the season. Barons with a 53-yard drive. See what Bellmont has up their sleeve, and fake to Conrad. Quarterback wants to keep it again. Barons have penetration, down he goes, loss on the play.
John Nolan, I believe, had a grab of him there.
Barons with great penetration, and Nolan with a big-time stop. Well, let's see what the Braves have up their sleeves here. Their special teams, especially their kicking game, has not been a strength, certainly. And if they're having trouble kicking extra points, you got to believe they're not even going to try a field goal here, even though the ball is at the 12-yard line. As we said, out of their last 14 touchdowns, they have only converted the extra point on 4 occasions. They've tried a variety of things. Mike Cochran's defense now has to defend a 4th and 6, and the ball's up in the air. Stevens puts it up, and it's caught right at the sticks, and it's going to depend on the spot. The marker man had to drop the stick. He was beyond the stick when he caught it, but had to come back a little bit. It'll be 1st down the other way. They needed 6. He got about 5 3/4. Not enough. Well, what happened right there is he ran a good route. He ran a stick route to get the 1st down. But Stevens had to throw the ball quicker than he wanted because the Barons had pressure in his face.
Yeah, and he threw it. Stevens threw it short of the line. The judge and Ballard had to come back to it, and then just didn't get there.
So Ballard with the catch, but not quite enough for a 1st down. Now the Barons take over. Mike Cochran's defense bends but does not break, and it'll be Armstrong over the right side. Or excuse me, Adam Harrell. And Harrell advances the ball up to the 10-yard line. Gain of a couple. Can't ask for too much more than that when your back's up to the end zone. Barons lead 7-0. And we're under the 2-minute mark of the first quarter. Speaking of Adam Harrell, he scored on the Barons' last possession. Less than a yard away. He was able to plunge in on a straight dive play over the right side. His 13th touchdown of the season. Schumann and Sunderland, wideouts to the right side. Tight end to the right side is Souls. The other guys are wideouts to the left. And dragging some people, Adam Harrell to about the 14-yard line. That big bull just does not go down easy.
Yeah, and I understand that he hasn't practiced all week because he turned an ankle earlier in the week, so he may be fresh.
He's obviously a gamer on Friday night, that's for sure. Smitty hustles in the next play for the Dekalb Barons, and we're going to be under the 60-second mark of the first quarter when Matt Hawkins gets this next snap from his fine center, Phil Friend. 7-0 Dekalb. 3rd down, about 4 for Matt and the crew. Little motion now for Armstrong, and he's going to hand off to... No, he's going to keep it. Can he turn the corner? Yeah, he does, but now he's throwing a late flag. Matt is able to gain a couple on the play. It looked like he was going to go down at the line of scrimmage, and he's a tough guy to bring down, too. Let's check the call. It's going to be a hold against Dekalb. And Matt advanced pretty close to the marker. If it's close enough, they might have to measure, and that might give Bellmont a little more information before they make their decision. If the Barons do not have the 1st down, although, if it's 4th and less than a yard, and the way the Barons can always get less than a yard, it seems like, with the big boys and Harrell running, no discussion. Bellmont will take the 10 yards. So they'll give the down back to the Dekalb Barons. It'll be 3rd down and 11. And the Barons will snap it from their own 7-yard line. Final 35 seconds, first quarter. Barons will have to snap the pigskin here. Matt brings them up, and he's got 12 seconds to play with. Down to the final 25 of the first quarter. 7-0 DeKalb. Barons from their own 7. And Matt rolls to his right, looking for a receiver. Look out, Matt! He gets out of the end zone just barely before he goes down at about the 1 or 2 yard line. So Barons, I think we're going for broke there. And, you know, sometimes you see that on TV on Saturday at the college level or Sunday at the NFL level, that when you're backed up 3rd and long deep like that, that if you do throw a long pass, it's as good as a punt sometimes, and sometimes even better.
Yes.
You know. So that's the end of the first quarter. 7-0 DeKalb. The first play of the second quarter will likely be a punt from the DeKalb Barons. We shall return. This is Sectional Football on TV7 Sports and AM 1570.
The official choice of health-conscious people is bottled water from Mr. Water.
And also for TV7 Sports. And when we speak of TV7 Sports, don't forget the Ben Davis Sports Talk Show, 9 o'clock until 10 o'clock every Saturday morning, a live show that comes your way. We'll be talking to head coach Ron Cook and members of his fine football program. They want to run the counter again and get a little bit of yardage, and cut down by Corey Wallace. Nicely done at the 36-yard line. Historically, when Bellmont likes to run that counter with a slot back coming from the opposite side, they look for big yardage on that play, and to hold that play to about 3 yards, great job of defense.
That's right. It was Schum that came from his left side.
So Bellmont with the pigskin at Baron territory. Let's call it the 37. That's where they're going to spot him down. Stevens has a slot each way, fakes a little bit, now pumps, wants to run a little bit, and down he goes. Barons with great penetration, and Nolan is there again. Aaron Cook is also there. I think Aaron will get credited with the sack on the play. It'll be a loss on the play of a couple. 3rd down and 10. Well, that time Stevens wanted to do just a little pump, but Barron's got too much penetration. We're a little bit more than 1 minute into second quarter action. 3rd down and 10 for Bellmont. Now motion, Kneffelkamp right to left and back to throw Stevens. He's going to be blindside head as he wants to throw. Wallace got right in his kitchen and really nailed him from the backside. Boy, Stevens will feel that bruise come tomorrow morning when he wakes up, if not sooner. His body kind of doubled over a little bit.
Backwards.
Wow.
That was a good hit by Corey Wallace. He really came hard from his right end position.
So Mike Cochran's defense gets it done again. They force a punting situation for Seafring. 4th and 10. Seafring hits it right off his toe, and it kind of dribbles down to the 25 and out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. Didn't quite get the lift out of his leg that time.
He nearly missed the ball.
Yeah. DeKalb Barons happy to have the pigskin back because Bellmont had good field position to start that drive.
That's right. They started on their on the DeKalb 39, and they were only able to, well, in fact, they went backwards. The drive was 1 yard backwards.
So now Matt Hawkins and the DeKalb Barons will take over 1st and 10 at about their own 20. So it's almost like a punt that has gone in the end zone. Smitty and Sunderland wide out to Matt's left. That's the wide side of the field. Matt's going to bring the ball over to the left side, hand off to Jason Armstrong. Boy, has he hit a ton. Oh, the ball's loose. And let's see if they're going to mark Jason down at the 24-yard line. 2nd and 5, gain of about 5 on the play. Jason's taking some hits tonight. And left arm took a shot. You can see that as he comes off to the near sideline. He's not a happy camper.
No. He was pretty beat up after last week's game, and he's still feeling some of the effects, I think.
2nd down 5 for the DeKalb Barons. Adam Harrell in the backfield behind Matt. Now motion Sunderland left to right. Matt rolls to his right, looking for a receiver, and puts the ball up, and yes, it's a catch. Is that Souls again? Yep. Wow. I tell you, anything that's close to him, he catches. He must have that pine tar stuff from head to toe all over his body, but his hands are just outstanding. As he grew up in baseball, he was a catcher, so he's always, you know, been around the action in his sports. He loves this sport. He's very good in baseball as well. And I'll tell you what, you could probably put him on the wrestling mat and about any other sport. Boy, his hand-eye coordination is just absolutely outstanding. 9:22 to go first half. Barons have a first down on the catch by Souls. Barons run inside trap and stood up and driven back is Adam Harrell. That'll be a no-gainer and maybe a right at the line of scrimmage. Well, even what could look like a no-gainer for Adam Harrell still turns out to be a zero play.
That's right.
It's hard to get him for minus yardage. Smith shuttles in the next play for the Dekalb Barons. Andrew will come wide out to Matt's left, and the Barons want to call a timeout. So something got just a little mixed up that time. Looked like Sunderland was going to line up in the backfield. Anyway, we'll take on the lead and keep the passing offense of the Bellmont Braves over on that far sideline, over on the west side. It'll be Schumann and Sunderland wide out to the left. And a good sign for Barron fans. I think Jason Armstrong has returned in the backfield there with Adam Harrell. Jason comes in motion, but that wasn't Jason. And Barons are going to get tagged with a penalty. Matt's going to be ripped down back inside the 20. That's about the 18-yard line as the Barons shuttled in. Ming Ling that time, sophomore, 5'10", 170, a running back. He's number 40. And Jason is still down on the sideline being administered to by the trainer. He's got his helmet off, standing up. But as we surmise when he came off the field, I'm going to guess he got a helmet right on his arm or something.
His shoulder was really badly wrapped last week, and they had to peel his shoulder pads and everything off of him and unwrap him. So I think he still got some effects of that shoulder separation from earlier in the year.
2 penalties against the Dekalb Barons. Motion and procedure, whatever, both are declined, says the official. So at the 8:05 mark, Barons now 3rd down and about 4th of the field to go. Phil Friend's going to snap it from about the 18-yard line. Now a little motion to the right side goes Ming Ling. And Matt's going to go on center trap play, and Harold's got some good running up across the 25 to the 27-yard line before he finally goes down. But Bellmont Braves defended it well. They had 25 yards to give and gave up about 10 or so. Set up 4th down at about 16. Damstra in punt formation. He should hit the ball from about his own 17-yard line and hits a good one. It's going to be taken by, fumbled by the deep back. He'll have to pounce on it at the 34-yard line. So the Braves had a chance to return that one because Damstra got some good distance on it, but unable to hang on was, let's check that number. That was Sean Butcher, number 38. So tough break for him. Good situation for the Dekalb Barons. 1st and 10. Let's go south to north for the Dekalb Barons. Baron defense, I should say. And Bellmont now breaks their huddle. And to the near side comes Ballard. He's the only wideout, and that's to the short side of the field. And Stevens just takes the ball, spins around, wants to turn the corner, does. A lot of black jersey Dekalb Barons, like 6 of them, are all over him at the 37-yard line. Gain of about 3 or 4. And Ponko is in to help out with the stop for the Dekalb Barons. Mike Ponko, 6 foot, 240-pound senior. So Stevens on the quarterback keep that time. So we said 87 pass completions coming into tonight's action. He completed 19 of 26 a week ago for over 300 yards, and now he throws a dart to the left side. 1st down on the slant as the Bellmont Braves go across the 40-yard line to the 44, and they'll get themselves a 1st down. Getting up a little gingerly is Kevin Conrad with the reception. 33rd reception for him on the season, and he's up around 530 yards on those receptions. He has scored 6 touchdowns. Last week against East Noble, he caught 8 for 98. Against Dekalb, 2 weeks ago, he caught 3 for 31, and they try a running play up the middle. He breaks loose into the outside and got a first down. Second and third effort that time. That, I believe, was at Conrad?
That was Butcher, I believe.
Or Butcher,
38.
Sean Butcher. He's 5'8", 172-pound senior. He rushed the ball 7 times against DeKalb 2 weeks ago for a tough 22 yards. Last week, just 4 rushes for 5 yards. Halfway through the second quarter, DeKalb leads 7-0 against the visiting Bellmont Braves. Bellmont now in Barron territory at the 45. They want to try the center trap. Knefelkamp's got it, and the Barons stop it. Well done, inside-out penetration that time. And at the bottom of the pile is Nick Greco. Nick all over the counter that time. So a fine defensive effort by Mike Cochran's defense, who, by the way, that defense is not allowed a point in a while. They had 4 shutout quarters last week. Barons won 7-2, the 2, of course, being a safety. That was scored against the offense, with the offense on the field. And we got some jumpy young men at the line of scrimmage. Let's see which way they mark off 5 yards. The Barons are across the attack zone, too quick. A free 5 for Denny Hayes Ball Club. Well, the Barons certainly have owned the Bellmont Braves in recent years, having won 21 of the 31 games played, and the last 10 in a row. Barons are 10 of 15 games played here, and 11 of 16 played south. Handoff, center trap type play, and Butcher's inside the 35 to 34 yard line. Again, Butcher with second and third effort. And Shane Turner and Chad Sunderland put him to the turf. We approach the 5-minute mark of the first half. 7-0, DeKalb still leads. Turner seeing his first action last week in a while.
Just on the defensive side of the ball.
Yes. And keeping is the quarterback. Stevens runs and into some Barons, but not before he's inside the 30, down to the 26. Nick Schumann is there to put a stop. And also there was the other Nick, and that's Greco. Pair of Nicks getting it done. Call that a Nick sandwich around quarterback Stevens. Gain of 8 on the first down call. Second down and 2. Bellmont in the middle of the field at the Barron 26. One wide out to the right side. Nobody in motion these days. And the handoff over to the left side. Nope, quarterback keeps. And with the first down is Stevens down to the 22-yard line. And Greco's got yet another stop. Barron linebacker Nick Greco is 5'10", 174-pound junior. And the Bellmont Braves move the sticks. Tell you what, we're going to have ourselves a fast game if these two teams continue to keep the ball on the ground. We're under the 4-minute mark already, the first half. Stevens hands off, and inside the 20-yard line goes Butcher to about the 19. And I think that was Greco on him again. Nick Greco, Barron linebacker, really having a great series. Gain of long 3 on the play. And the Bellmont Braves will snap it inside the Barron 20. Well, Bellmont back in the first quarter now. They've put a little more motion back to their game, and they go with this counter, and Barons will not be fooled on the counter play. Is that Brandon Damstra? Nope, that's not Brandon Damstra, I don't think.
It was John Nolan, and was one of them.
The other one was Mike Ponko. Ponko
Yes,
in on a couple of
65.
stops on this drive. Nice job by Mike. Tell you, Bellmont Braves, historically, that counter has got to go for them. Lost on the play. Now they're looking at 3rd down and 8. And they'll be putting it up here, 2:50 to go. Nope, they run a center trap. Boy, they fooled me. He's got a first down. He's inside right to the 10-yard line, I think. Wow. And Brad Julie comes up for the stop. I think everybody in the house was expecting a pass play on that one. But they ran a little center trap play. Good for a first down. Was spotted at the 11-yard line. And timeout is going to be called by the Dekalb Barons. Mike Cochran wants to talk to the troops. We'll be right back. Gain of about 5 on the play. Well, the Bellmont Braves certainly have seen something that they do like, Dick, and that is John Stevens is a fine athlete. Their quarterback, why not let him run it now and then?
Yeah, they sure have. This series, they've had 11 runs, and I think Stevens has had about 4 or 5 of them. 4 of them.
We'll look forward to hearing Conan Wallace's stats. Second down and about 5. Stevens can't do it this time, going left. The Barons have penetration. Well, when you play fake and then try and run behind those guys, it does take a while for that play to develop, and I think it's Ponko again. Nice job, Mike Ponko. We are under the 2-minute mark.
And again, Bellmont's in 4-down territory because of the lack of their kicking game, so you'll see another 2 plays if they don't get it in on this one.
And we're talking momentum drive right here for both of these teams. The Barons can hold right here and maintain their 7-0 advantage, take it into the locker room at halftime. Stevens with the option, pitches it back. Barons are all over it. Adam Harrell is there. Nick Schumann is there. Barons snuff out the option big time. Loss on the play of about 3 yards, all the way back to the 10-yard line. 4th and 10. Well, let's see, 4th and about 9, I should say, because they can get a first down at the 1. It'll be timeout time now for Denny Hayes and his troops. Well, Mike Cochran called that defensive timeout to quell the fire, and boy, have the Dekalb Barons responded with whatever adjustments he told them. And speaking of good old Michael, former player at DeKalb High School, and of course on that state championship team in 1986, Mike Cochran having a birthday today. So he's fired up about his defense, and the defense certainly would like to maintain the shutout. We won't tell him how old you are, Mike, but he's still a youngster.
Yeah, he's still a youngster compared to somebody in this booth. I'm not sure who it is.
Well, you know, we both are getting a little dinosaur legend to us. Well, it'll be interesting to see what the call will be here. It's very tough to pass when you need 10 yards this close to the end zone because you got so many people bunched up in a small area. You got to bet the Rams they've got to pass. I mean, yes, they could surprise with a little bit of a counter or something like that. Screen pass might not be a bad thought here. But they tried something that lost 5 yards. Ponko was there. They tried to hand off. I guess maybe that was their version of a draw.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
But it was not executed at all. As the Dekalb Baron, you can't mess around too much because the Baron defense is an attacking defense. They're always in your back, in your backfield, and plays that take too long to develop just will not work against that style of defense. And you can say, well, maybe, you know, if we had better blocking, well, you might get some of them blocked, but, you know, there's 4 guys attacking at minimum, and that's not counting any linebackers.
That's so go ahead. That's kind of a downer for Bellmont. They had 14 plays, 5 first downs, and don't come away with a point.
And it could be a killer here for the ball game. Barons now with momentum and the lead. They maintain that. Now we'll try and run out the clock. If they break something, fine. If they don't, fine. But they have kept Bellmont out of the end zone, and Barons will have at least 6 consecutive defensive quarters of shutout football. Well, Bellmont got a lot of their yardage, and we'll get the yardage on that drive when you get it all calculated there. But, you know, they are so prone to the passing game. They pass for more yards, typically, 173 per game, running 133, but they found some running game. As it turned out, it didn't get them in the end zone, and it took a lot of time off the clock. So it cuts into the number of possessions that this ball game is going to have. Matt's going to take a knee. He's probably going to do it one more time, and we will send both teams to the locker room, as Bellmont has been down close on 2 occasions, and they cannot crack the Berlin Barons. It's 3rd down and about 10 officially, but we're going to let the clock wind down here, and that's going to be it officially. To the locker rooms. We've completed the first half of play from Cecil E. Young Field right here at DeKalb High School. The Barons hosting the Bellmont Braves, and Bellmont is finding offense very, very tough against this DeKalb Baron defense. which continues to pick up momentum as the season goes on. Pitching another shutout. Barons scored back in the first quarter. That sounds deja vu of a week ago. One touchdown was scored in that one, and they win by a count of 7-2 against Carroll. That was scored in the first quarter. Nobody got a touchdown the rest of the ball game. That's what we're looking at right now. Barons scored at the 4:18 mark of the first quarter. No one has scored since, and 7-0 is our halftime score. We'll take this commercial timeout, and we'll come back, and Conan Wallace will be here, Dick Dove as well, and we'll have some comments on this first half of play. 7-0 for the homestanding Dekalb Barons. This is sectional football this evening on TV7 Sports and AM 1570.
If you're a member of the class of '98, it's time to start thinking about senior portraits. Lasting Impressions is your senior portrait headquarters. No one else can offer you the choices, quality, and just plain fun that you'll find here. Watch your mailbox for our summer specials or call today for the best appointment times. And be sure to find out how to get a very cool '98 senior t-shirt absolutely free. Don't settle for less than the best. Lasting Impressions and picture.
What we had 1 week ago, where the only touchdown in the game so far was scored way back in the first quarter. Nobody's been able to score since that time. So you think 7 points will hold up, or Barons likely will score again?
I think the Barons don't need to score again. I think the defense should take care of the Bellmont offense, but you never know.
Well, I'd feel a little more comfortable if the Barons got another 7 up there and had 14. You always like to have a 2-score advantage, especially come playoff time, and then you can go a little conservative with your offense. Conan, thanks again, and we'll talk to you after the ball game with your post-game stats.
All right, thank you.
All right, we'll take this commercial time out. Are they going to try and put the ball up more? Just 3 flings in the first half, which is well below their average.
Yeah, but some of them were attempted flings that, weren't counted because they were sacks.
Aaron Lochner with his run-up, and the second half action's underway, and he flip-flops, and it's going to be taken at about the 11-yard line, and that man's in trouble. Barons are chasing him already, and boom, down he goes. He's got no blocking in front of him, and down at the 17. All kinds of black jerseys. Greco is there, and Elliott is there. And I think Wallace was also down there covering the kickoff. Another special play by Dave Schlemmer's specialty team. 1st and 10, Bellmont. They're inside their own 20-yard line. We'll call it the 18. And let's see what adjustments the Bellmont Braves have made for quarter 2. And Stevens now wants to try to counter, and Barons spin. Schum stays on his feet. He's going to get a couple. That's it. All kinds of black jersey Dekalb Barons. Sunderland came up to help. Harrell's down near the bottom of the pile. Also there for the Barons is Brad Julich. So a couple of the DBs came up, and all of that only nets about 2 yards up to the 20-yard line. We welcome you to second half action on AM 1570 radio, WGLL. Only one halftime score that we were able to locate for you. Dwenger and Columbia City, the 2 best records in the sectional, drawing each other. So they've got a 7-0 ball game as well. Screen to the outside, incomplete. Great defense over there by Nick Schumann. Brad Julich was in the vicinity. Had that pass been a little more errant, and trying to run a screen pass against the charging defense. And Bellmont is unable to execute it, and it'll set up a 3rd and 8 situation.
When Nick Schumann is in the area, if that pass misses you, you better be getting your head up, because Nick is going to drill you.
Thou shalt pay.
Yeah, that's right. Even if there isn't a connection on the pass.
Magnum 44. Barons spread out their defense. 3rd down and 8, and Stevens gets a man in motion left to right, and rolling to his right as Schumann wants to pump, now puts it up. He's hit just as he throws, and it flops out of bounds onto the track closest to the cheerleaders. There was a late flag in on the play, right near the line of scrimmage. Perhaps a hold on pass blocking. Barons could refuse this, take the play, and go for a punt return right here. So Bellmont comes out of the locker room and offensively not able to get much done. Barons, on the other hand, sees the momentum here. Very first possession, they get great kickoff coverage, and now a great round of defense. 3 and out for the birthday boy in his defense, Mike Cochran. And the shutout continues into the 7th consecutive quarter. And punts out of there, taking it on the fly. Sunderland drops it, the ball's loose, and oh, he was able to pick that thing up in traffic. Wow. Sunderland's great hand saves the day there. The Barons just 40 yards away. Well, it's kind of risky going after that punt when it's that far in front of you. But he does have great hands. He and Brad Souls are both back there. Ball bounced around the turf. No Belmont Brave could get on it. Nor could they keep Sunderland, I think, from getting back on it.
Yeah, he picked it up and carried it about 3 yards.
First and 10 for the Barons, and second man through, a little scissors action, and Harrell's got a couple of yards. He goes to the left side. Paul Rubel, a defensive end, in on that stop. Second down and 8, and Schumann will bring in the next play. Well, Harrell has rushed the ball for over 1,000 yards this year. 13 touchdowns now, including tonight's. Carried the ball about 160 times to get that yardage, and Matt's going to keep it coming around the left side, and Matt won't go down easy. He's inside the 35 to 32-yard line. Excellent run there. Now the Barons are looking at 3rd and short, 3rd down and 2. Well, Matt just wiggles around the traffic very nicely. Does have excellent instincts as a runner with the pigskin. We're under the 10-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. Barons lead 7-zip. Like we were talking with Conan at halftime, we would feel a little more comfortable with a 2-touchdown advantage. 3rd down and 2. Which running back will get it here? Not that one. He's in motion. He'll give it. Harold's still in the backfield. He's hit right at the line of scrimmage, and then somebody grabs him from behind. Barons lose maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 4th and about 3. Clock keeps moving, however, and at the 33-yard line, the Barons will take their next snap. Sunderland and Schumann will come in. As strong as the defense has been playing, this call here could really be about anything. You might, if you've seen something from up above where you maybe could beat somebody on a one-on-one passing situation, don't be surprised the Barons could go that route. Defense locks in for a run. And handoff to Sunderland over the right side. Can he get to the outside to have first down? He does! He uses his feet. Great job. Still on his feet. Breaks a tackle. And out of bounds he goes. Inside the 20-yard line to the 16. Sunderland in motion, and he takes the handoff for the sweep to the right. Big play for the Dekalb Barons. And it keeps the drive alive. Great 4th down call. And hopefully we'll check out that play again for you on the Ben Davis Sports Talk Show tomorrow morning with our highlight package.
That was a 16-yard run by Chad. It was an important 16-yard run, too.
We have knocked 3.5 minutes off of the second half clock. Now Mingling in motion, and Matt's going to keep it, try and turn the corner left side. Cuts back inside, nice cut. Matt still on his feet, inside the 5, close to the end zone. Touchdown, Matt! Matt Hawkins goes the distance from 15 yards out. He started out on a sweep to his left and made a great cutback, and we were talking about his instincts just a little while ago. And the talented senior would not go down. He was hit at about the 5 or 4 yard line. And into the end zone he goes. And where's the flag? I didn't see a flag. Oh, I see it now. It's sitting over there about the 11-yard line, and evidently it's against the Barons. Oh, my. Talk about the agony and ecstasy of sports. What a great run by Matt.
Wow.
That will bring it back. Oh, my. I mean, Matt doesn't get too many opportunities. And that one, of course, was self-created. I mean, the play call sprung him a little bit to the left, but the cutback is what made the last, 10 or so yards. We go it again. Second down. About 15. Barons backed up outside their 20, so don't put the touchdown on the board yet. Matt play fakes, now wants to throw. To his right, puts the ball up, and it's in! Complete, almost intercepted at the 1. He was looking for Sunderland right near the goal line. I tell you, Matt put that ball right on the money to Sunderland. Just the length of the pass allowed a Bellmont Brave to come from not being in the area to getting into the area. And he was able to go up and get a hand or two on the pigskin because it was headed right for Chad. And Matt has been accurate with his dart throwing all season long.
Yeah, and there were actually 3 defenders there by the time the ball got there.
So the Barons still back at the 21-yard line. Scissors action, and here comes Harrell. He's got some yardage down to about the 15, gain of about 6. Barons are looking at about a 3rd down now. The penalty was on a 1st down call. The ball inadvertently got kicked there. Now they got to re-spot it at the 15. So 3rd down, let's call it close to 10 for the Barons. They can get a 1st down just outside the 5-yard line. And Matt brings them up. He's got Damster and Cook to his right. Phil Friend right in front of him. Hartraff and Greco to his left. Then he play fakes and rolls to the right. Matt's got some time. Great protection. Now he's going to keep it. Matt cuts upside. Can he do it again? Inside the 10, inside the 5. And he's got a 1st down. Great run, Matt Hawkins. Wow, 2 on the same drive. I see no flags this time. And this time the Dekalb Barons will have 1st and goal on a great run by Matt. Boy, his instincts when to take off with the football. Just at the right moment. And nobody's matched up with him defensively. And I tell you what, he scoots along very nicely. Very quickly, too.
That's right.
1st and goal for the Dekalb Barons. Well, the Barons were in the end zone here moments ago. Let's see if they can finally get that other 7. And Matt's going to keep it turned left, spun down, gains 2 or 3 to about the 2. Might have been a broken play. His running backs went to the right, and Matt came out blinded, or not blinded, but to the blind side, coming left, and he still gets about 3 on the play.
He was looking for help out there, and there wasn't any help, so he did exactly what he needed to do. He tucked it in and went for 3 yards.
And we were too far away.
Yep.
We saw he was in trouble. We had the best view of anyone.
I've been hit, and I wasn't going in there, thank you.
And now it's time to punch it in with the big boys. From about the 2. Got 3 shots to do it, and we'll try Adam Harrell, and he's close. That's all right. You get it down to the 1-yard line. You got 2 more shots at it. Adam Harrell stopped, but he still has a gain of a yard or so. 3rd and goal from about the 1. Andrew Smith will relay in the next play, a la Pony Express. He'll take a spot wide out to the right and Sunderland wide to the left. You spread out the defense and you probably end up running the football. And this is what surprised Ron Cook a week ago against the Carroll Chargers. Chargers got in close and they left everybody in tight. And Harrell for the touchdown over the right side. 6 more points. Harrell in the zone for the 2nd time tonight. And the Barons now have that 2-score advantage over the visiting Bellmont Braves. And they've got almost half of the 3rd quarter clock burned off. 1.5 to go with a 2-touchdown lead. Aaron Lochner in for his Steady Eddie PAT. Matt will be the holder. Matt certainly very, very instrumental in this touchdown drive for the Dekalb Barons. Good snap. Matt with the placement. Lochner with a kick and up and good. Upper left-hand corner for the soccer-style sidewinder. 14-zip Dekalb, and the lead looks much better now. This is sectional football on TV7 Sports and AM 1570.
During that series had 3 runs, if you don't count the one that the penalty was on, for a total of 19 yards.
Well, he certainly was very instrumental in that touchdown drive for the Dekalb Barons. A lot of senior leadership there for the signal caller. And 2 very nifty runs, and unfortunately one of them was called back. The Barons were not denied, however. They still scored on the drive. They just took them a little longer. And
Chad Sunderland had a very big run there with 17-yard runs on the 4th down that got a first down.
On the wide receiver sweep. By the way, Jason Armstrong has not returned to the ball game, so Ming Ling has been doing some duties in the offensive backfield for the Dekalb Barons. But as we speak, Jason now has got his helmet on, or at least we'll see what happens. So Lochner's backed up 5, and Butcher takes it right at his 15, and he's trying to go laterally right now. Can he get a block? He does. He's across the 25, across the 30. Still on his feet, slips down about the 35-yard line as the Dekalb Barons will officially put him to the turf. Chad Sunderland will get credit for the stop there. We are halfway through the 3rd quarter. The Dekalb Barons lead the Bellmont Braves by 2 touchdowns, 14-0. A first quarter score and a 3rd quarter score, each score by Adam Harrell. His 13th and 14th touchdowns on the season, respectively. And Aaron Lochner with 2 PATs tonight. And now Bellmont tries a running game, and the Dekalb Barons swarm it. The Berlin Wall with movement that time. The black jerseyed Barons went into Bellmont territory. So the defense getting cranked up, and now kind of looking up at that scoreboard saying, well, we've got good opportunities for a 4-quarter shutout here defensively. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8. Well, there won't be too many more possessions in this football game, even though we got 5.5 to go. Cook puts pressure on. Here's the throw. Oh, knocked down by Sunderland. Number 86 defends number 86. They try to get it over here to the near sideline to Mark Ballard. 22 catches on the season. But once again, Stevens had to release the football a little quicker than he wanted.
And a little higher because he had Aaron Cook right in his face, and that gave Chad Sunderland time to catch up and run in front of Ballard and tip it away.
Of course, Aaron goes 6'4" or so himself. It's tough to throw over him. 3rd down and about 13 here. And Stevens wants to throw, and he's hit down. Oh boy, Magnum came on a little blitz action. The Dekalb Barons safety blitzed right up the middle, and Stevens didn't have a chance. Wow, all the way back to the 27-yard line. And the Dekalb Baron defense just continues to pick up speed, and Mike Cochran really calling the right defensive plays. They are baffling the Bellmont offense now and nearly getting it. Aaron Cook in there trying to get after the punt. And it's taken in a vice quickly as Sunderland. Down he goes at the 46-yard line. Well, I'll tell you, Sunderland, he's a tough hombre. He doesn't go down easily. Yeah, I'm looking for Jason Armstrong.
Jason went off the field just as you talked about him. He headed back for the locker room as what I thought I saw.
Well, Jason could have played more. He'd have been back in that first half. That's the kind of player he is. And then earlier this week in practice, Chuck Oberlin, a backup running back, got a sprain in his neck area, so he was not available. So Sunderland's carrying the ball a little bit more. He's got it right now. And he's cut down right at the line of scrimmage. But running play keeps the clock going. We are approaching the 4-minute mark of the 3rd quarter. So Barons with a 2-touchdown lead and just 16 minutes of football to go. So we are right now at 2/3 of the way through the contest. Things are looking good for the homestanding Dekalb Barons. They would play either the Wayne Generals here next week with a win tonight, or if East Noble upsets Wayne, the Barons would travel to Kendallville and take on the East Noble Knights. 2nd down and 10. Now a little motion, Sunderland left to right, and Matt fakes to him. Matt turns the corner. Matt wants to keep it. Matt's in trouble. Oh, he gets out of one. Wow, he spun out of that one. Finally goes down at the line of scrimmage, but looked like he was going to lose 2 or 3. He took a jolt and just spun right out of that like he's been a running back for 10 years.
I would say he was spun out of it, rather than he spun out of it. He was hit by a couple, and they just spun him around.
Matt requests an official's timeout for equipment repair, and hopefully that's the only repair that Matt needs. He's standing up, and hopefully
Checking contacts,
yeah.
I think.
Well, that's good. That's all that it is. I'll tell you, the young man's, he's kind of like that ever-ready battery, you know? He just kind of keeps on ticking. He's taken some vicious hits these last few weeks. Of course, not only he, but some others got thrown around a little bit in the Homestead game, but the last few weeks, there's been some shots put on him. Of course, more times you handle the ball, that opportunity. Matt rolls to his right. Can he complete another one? Look good, and he's going to take off running. Oh, slung down from behind. Young man just barely got a piece of jersey that time.
Chris Kubany was the one that got to him.
The defensive end, 6 feet senior. Well, Bellmont on the season does give up 24 points per game and generally over 300 yards of offense a game. Those two figures are 5th in the NHC. 4th and 10. Damster in punt formation. Barons milk a little clock here. Now Brandon gets the great snap there from Corey Walls. Hey, he gets under this one good. And it'll hit the yard marker. Well, that's easy to figure out where it went out of bounds. Just outside the 20. Actually hit the yard marker at the 20, but they're going to spot it at the 23, officially crossing the sideline. Just 2.5 to go in the third quarter. The Barons with 14. Adam Harrell has scored 12 of those. Aaron Lochner has scored the other 2. Well, let's see what Bellmont chooses to go with. Some point in time, they're going to have nothing but a passing offense. That's something that's been good to them all year. Barons certainly have worked against it. They're prepared for it. They want to try this counter trap. They do. Man's open. He's past the 30. Look out, Brad Julich stops him and drags him down. Takes him to the turf at the 43-yard line. Well, it was mano-a-mano, one-on-one. And Julich sort of had the angle on the runner that time.
Brad Schum.
Who was Schum. And Schum elected, instead of coming out towards the sideline, he elected to sort of cut back in towards Brad. But he figured Brad was going to catch up with him anyway. And Brad took him down like a cowboy would take a steer down in a rodeo. Up high. And breaking through Conrad. Oh, he lost the pigskin. We got a pile after the pigskin at the 47-yard line. Who's got it? No sign yet from the officials. Conrad had a decent game as he went through, and they keep the clock running. That means the offensive team maintains possession. John Nolan at the bottom of the pile. Also there is Mike Ponko and Adam Harrell. Ponko having himself quite a ball game. He's a senior. Harrell just a junior. Gain of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. Bellmont at their own 46. Just a minute and a half to go in the third quarter. Barons lead it by 14. And Stevens hands off to Conrad, and the Barons snuff that play out right at the line of scrimmage, a no gainer. Aaron Cook could not be budged. Nick Greco and Julich, but Damster is at the bottom of the pile. We're running out of plays here for the third quarter. Looking for another quarter of shutout defense is this Dekalb Baron defensive squad. 3rd down and 8. I got a bet on a pass here. Stevens has a couple of wideouts to his right, one to his left in a wing, and Kneffelkansen moving. No, Kneffelkansen's going to run. Just throws it up for grabs and almost intercepted at the 35. He was backpedaling as he threw it. He threw it quicker than he wanted. I thought with that much penetration coming in that maybe a screen was set up, but he wasn't throwing in the direction of a screen. The Barons are applauding. Evidently the penalty is against Bellmont. Barons could decline this and force a punt. It would be 4th and almost 8. Damstra talking to the head linesman, and the Barons will decline. So Brad Souls, Chad Sunderland, the Brad and Chad crew will await this punt from Seafring. And once again, fine defense by the Dekalb Barons. But one thing that the Barons are doing very, very well. Well, let's check this punt here. And a rush comes in, doesn't quite get it. And it's going to be taken by Souls at about the 23. Cuts to his right, and down he goes at the 23. So he wasn't able to get southward at all. And the Dekalb Barons will take over. But one thing Mike Cochran's been able to do here tonight is he's called the right defense, obviously more times than not. But when Bellmont has needed to get some passing yardage, third and long situations, the Barons have just been right in his kitchen. Speaking of John Stevens.
Right. Yeah, I guess as a birthday boy that he gets to call the right defense because they have, and here comes the play.
And Matt's going to hand off, and
Mingling.
Coming to the left side, Mingling has got some running room, and he's out across the 30-yard line and stays in bounds. He gains about 6 or 7 on the first down call, and that should expire the third quarter. Second right here, and Matt's going to hand off. Second right here, and Matt's going to hand off. Second man spinning, and is that Mingling for the first down?
That's Dave Brand. Dave Brand and Mingling have come into the lineup. I don't know where. I haven't seen any sign here of Harold. Oh, he's sitting down here on the bench. I think maybe his ankles may be giving him some problems.
So with the first down, David Brand, 5'6" freshman, goes about 140 pounds. And he's number 41 on your TV7 screen. He's a lone setback behind Matt right now. Well, no, Ming's in there too. And Brand over the left side, and he pounds hard, and he's up close to the 40-yard line. Good running there. So 40 and 41 are in the backfield now for the Dekalb Barons. Brand is 41. Mingling is number 40. And Magnum 44 comes in. Good first down play, 4 yards. 3 of those, it's another first down. Barons right now, this is exactly where they wanted to be. Playing at home, 2-touchdown lead, run the football, kill out the clock, prepare for next week. Let's see if they can continue that script. Handoff second man, left side, and back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it, no farther. A number of Bellmont Braves are right there. Brad Schum, one of them. And Andrew Smith will come in with the next play. Well, the Barons just about 10.5 minutes away from their 4th consecutive win, beating Norwell 28-14, Bellmont 28-12, Carroll last week 7-2. Third down, let's call it 6. Matt utilizing the clock, waits till he gets down to about 5 seconds, now rolls to his right, wants to throw. Matt in trouble, cuts back, and the Braves are there to greet him, and down he goes back to the 31-yard line. He hung on to the football, couldn't get anybody open. Downfield was Chad Sunderland, down to this near sideline, but he was covered. So Matt stays in bounds, the clock keeps ticking. And 2 good things. They maintain possession and keep the clock moving. And they'll send their defense back out.
Adam Harrell just came off the bench, wanted to come back in. He's got his ankles taped around his shoe. Got a white tape.
Plenty of time for Damstra. And fair catch is caught at the 43-yard line. And Bellmont will take over from there. And that's taken in by Chris McDonald. He's a 5'7" senior. We'll take a quick timeout and catch the next possession when we come back. Barons still lead it 14 as much as we thought. And we talked about in our pregame that Bellmont would have to pass the ball well to have a chance to win this ball game. But the quantity and the quality have not been there. And again, we highlight the birthday coach, Mike Cochran. He's called a great ball game from the sidelines. And you know, another key to calling good defense is calling the type of defense for what they might, call on their next play offensively. Quarterback sneak, that's the first down. So they'll move the sticks. They're in Baron territory at the 45-yard line. There aren't too many possessions left. If Bellmont's going to have a chance to win this ball game, you got to believe that they've got to get some points, and for them, that's got to be a touchdown on this particular drive. No matter how long it takes, you don't really want to be down 2 touchdowns and give the ball back to the Dekalb Barons, let them run off, even if it's 3 and out, run off a couple, 3 more minutes.
That's right. We're down to, being that we're down to the 8 minute, they need to score quickly.
They're down 2 touchdowns, 4-0. And fake the counter this time. Stevens scrambling for his life, throws the ball to his right and throws it to a teammate on the sidelines. Incomplete. So he did the smart thing there. And he'll set up a 2nd down and 10. We're close to the 8-minute mark, although the clock is frozen right here. Adam Harrell has scored the game's only 2 touchdowns. Aaron Lochner has kicked the game's only 2 extra points. But going back to Mike Cochran and his vaunted defense here this evening, what the Barons have been able to do, especially from the coaching staff on the sideline, is kind of predict what Bellmont was going to do on the next play. In other words, run or pass. Because so many times when the Barons have guessed pass, and it was a pass, and Stevens has been under some duress. Now he throws a little dump pass over the right side. I think it's Conrad's got it, and he's close to. He's got a 1st down, I believe. Sunderland hit him on the far sideline, but he was able to get to the sticks, and there's John Nolan chasing down the play again. Defensive tackle. I tell you, there isn't any place on this field he can't get to. It'll be a 1st down for the Bellmont Braves. And I believe that was Ballard, wasn't it, on the catch? Is that who you had?
Yeah, I had no, I had 88. No, I had Ballard. That's correct.
86, okay. 22 catches on the season. 4 last week against East Noble, just 1 against Dekalb 2 weeks ago. And Bellmont goes back to the running game, and they lose a couple. I think, was that Butcher?
That's what, that's what Dick said.
2nd down and 12, a loss of 2. Clock continues to move, and we're down to the 7.5-minute mark. Barons lead by 2 touchdowns. We talk about Bellmont needing a score on this possession, I think, to have a chance. From the Dekalb's perspective, a stop here, holding Bellmont without points. Not that it'll guarantee victory, but it'll all but lock it up, avoiding turnover. Stevens now in a scramble, got nobody to throw to, and Harrell pulls up a little lame, however. And out of bounds goes Stevens, and the official takes a tumble at the 30-yard line. All kinds of folks meeting at the pass that time. I don't know if you saw what I saw, but Harrell was chasing the quarterback, and then all of a sudden he kind of pulled up a little bit. Maybe the ankle was bothering him, or pulled a hammy or something.
I did not see that.
See where he's at now. I don't see him out there, do you?
No, he's got a white tape. He's pretty obvious if he were out there.
Yeah. Okay, so he's off for this next play at least. 3rd down, still about 7 yards, and Stevens play fakes, wants to set up a screen to his right, now pumps. The screen's not there. Barons defending, now throws the ball away, and incomplete. Ryan Elliott was over there messing up the screen. Great defense by Ryan. He's number 52. Well, I'll tell you, this defense has been very, very alert.
That's right.
You know, earlier in the game, what we thought was a possible draw play by the Bellmont Braves, the Barons stuffed that up big time. Here they defend the screen very well. Bellmont's running out of tricks in the bag, and they're running out of offensive plays in this game. 7:06 to go. They're down by 2 touchdowns. They're a good 7 yards away from a 1st down. This is 4th down. Little motion from the left side. Schum back to throw with Stevens being chased. Now got to put it up quick, and incomplete. He missed his receiver at the 21-yard line. He had to throw it faster than he wanted. Corey Wallace was there. Aaron Cook was there. John Nolan was there. And that's getting penetration from both ends and also up the middle. Wow.
The Barons are just leaning back and going after the ball. They're just there's nothing stopping them right now.
Well, the Barons are defending the run and the pass both. I mean, Mike's calling a great game from the sideline. Seems like he's got run defense in when the run's coming and pass defense when the pass is coming. Now the Barons have burned some clock. We're at the 7-minute mark in a 2-touchdown lead and a broken play. Matt will keep, and just as he's hit, the flags are flying.
Brandon Damster was too quick off the line.
Yep. Probably cost the Barons 5 there. So the Barons will be backed up to the 25. As long as they can hang on to the football, grind some clock for a couple of possessions, this one should be in the books. As long as they avoid anything risky. Running backs hang on to the football here. Don't really need to pass the football. You're at your own 25. And Matt's going to have Sunderland to the right and Schumann to the left. Tandem backfield behind him. Now motion Sunderland. Maybe they'll give it to him. Yes, they will. And a little sweep by the wide receiver Sunderland over the left side, and he'll lose a yard or two. He's spun down at the 23. But it keeps the clock going, and the Barons maintain possession. Those are the two main goals right now. If you go 3 and out, that's fine. You're still going to knock substantial time off the clock.
And we still have Dave Brand and Ming Ling in the backfield. We got Adam Harrow's down here on the bench, setting down. He kind of limped over to the bench. He's setting down here with Corey Wallace.
Yeah, he pulled up a little gimpy on that play chasing the quarterback.
I think it's still his ankle.
Yeah. And Matt's going to hand off, and over the right side goes
Dave Brand.
Dave Brand, and a little bit of yardage. Still, it's going to be 3rd and more than 10 for the Barons. But those seconds are ticking off, and we're now more than halfway through the 4th quarter. If the Wayne Generals defeat the East Noble Knights tonight, Wayne comes here, and that'll be refreshing. Play the Wayne Generals at Cecil E. Young Field this time around.
Yeah, it will.
Barons have made a couple of trips to the Wayne Stadium and come up empty-handed both times. Close games, by the way. But I'd like to bring the Generals in here. Well, the Generals are under a new coach this year, and running play over the left side. Ling hangs on, and that's exactly what the Barons need. So they are going to knock a couple of minutes off of that clock. Damster's going to punt it away. It's 4th and 11. Corey Wallace will come out and do his usual good trick here of snapping the ball. Brandon stands at his own 15.
We have not given Corey enough credit. He has just been near perfect. Now, of course, they'll probably jinx him here, but he has been near perfect all season on snapping the ball.
He's been too steady. He's going to make another good one, and does, and Brandon hammers it out of there, and the ball bounces and away from the returners. Well, they're going to say it touched somebody at the 44, even though it bounces dead at the 36. Nevertheless, the Barons did not give up the football. We are down to the 4:47 mark. Bellmont 1st and 10, they're going to say at their own 44. And the Barons will send out that vaunted defense again. Now Damster comes to the sideline here for a play. He deserves at least one play off.
Nice guy.
I mean, they're asking the big guy to punt as well as play in the trenches offensively and defensively. Here come the Barons chasing the quarterback. Stevens puts it up. He's got a catch there at the 45-yard line. His man still on his feet and down to the 40. Couldn't get out of bounds, though. Brad Souls with a good tackle.
It's Kevin Conrad who caught that one.
Conrad, I think that's his 2nd catch maybe of the night. 34 in the season. He caught 3 against the Dekalb Barons 2 weeks ago. Good for 31 yards. 4.5 to go. Running clock. Bellmont running out of offensive plays. And quarterback keep left side. A running play will eat up some more clock. And John Nolan there again. Nose man Ryan Elliott do a nice job. 2nd down and 8. Bellmont still taking the normal amount of time for their huddle. On a running play, they got to get in and out of there pretty quick to have a chance. Can the Barons get themselves another defensive shutout? Under the 4-minute mark of the ball game, motion right to left, and Stevens back, being chased, puts the ball up to the near sideline, caught at the 23-yard line. Ooh, and Brad Julich takes him out of bounds. That could be a late hit. Yes, it is.
Oh, I'm not sure what the penalty is. That might be a
taunting or something, but they didn't throw it. Well, it was close. The kid caught it close to the sideline. His momentum was obviously carrying him out of bounds.
It definitely should have been a late hit.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the flag was finally called.
Maybe he just couldn't get it quick enough out of his pocket, or he had to. Maybe that's the same official that got taken to task earlier.
Exactly.
He said, "Wait, I got to get out of the way of these big guys with the shoulder pads." And by the time he got the flag out, it appeared to be pretty late. But Brad had some company there. I didn't catch who the other black jersey Baron was there.
Yeah.
Oh, unsportsmanlike.
Yeah, what happened was that Brad hit, Julik hit him late, and the kid was upset, and he threw the ball at Brad.
Okay.
Which, that was the reason for the flag, which was kind of a tough call.
Yep. Well, when you see the game tomorrow that starts at 10 o'clock, right after the Ben Davis Sports Talk Show from 9 until 10 on Cable Station 8, TV 7, you'll get to watch that play and judge for yourself. So it'll be, well, from the point of infractions, it'll be 1st and 10 for Bellmont, but they're backed up to the Barron 38, and Julik all over Steven, throw the flag, yes! Intentional grounding. Julik on a blitz comes pouring through there, and Stevens didn't have a chance, and I tell you what, good things happen to people that have birthdays, it seems like, and Mike Cochran has had this Bellmont offense snuffed out, figured out all night long. He's called the blitzes at the right time.
Now what do we got?
The officials are talking to the Barons here.
Well, it's intentional grounding,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure how they... Another 5 yards from the point of the grounding and lost it down.
So Bellmont going the wrong direction. Barons now just have to defend for 3:46, or actually for just a couple more plays maybe. And it's 2nd down and about a third of the field to go here. Bellmont back in their own territory at the 44. And they try a running play, and the Barons are right there. It's unbelievable. Ooh. Damstra was there, and he had some help. But you would think in that situation that you could maybe sneak a running play past the Barons, who are going to be in some kind of a prevent with a 2-touchdown lead. And yet, even the inside center trap play would not go.
They stay at home and do their job, and that, they've done a very good job of that for the last 3 or 4 weeks.
More solid defense. 3 minutes to go now. And Stevens throws incomplete. Look at Brad Julik. Wow. Incomplete. Julik in the neighborhood. They tried to go to Schum. Ball just a little behind Schum.
Had his hand on it, and Brad seemed to grab his arm just as the ball got there and knocked it away.
Tell you what, old Brad's having a lot of fun out there.
He sure is.
And I like him back there in the defensive secondary because he's tall and rangy. Of course, an excellent athlete, 6'2", 180. Going to get bigger. 4th down in about a third of the field. This could be one of Bellmont's last plays of the season offensively. And Stevens puts it up deep. A look out. Ooh, it's just off the fingertips. Wow, that would have been for 1st down yardage at the 25-yard line. That didn't miss by more than 3, 4, maybe 5 inches of being complete. He was well covered, but he had just a half a step or a step on some Barron DBs, and it just missed his fingertips for the 1st down. Stevens.
And Dekalb takes the ball over on downs.
And we'll see if maybe Bellmont did run their final play of the season. We'll see if the Barons will give it back to them. 2:55 to go. Probably one good 1st down could ice it up. You can bet the house and the garage. Barons will be running the ball here. There we go. Left side. Oh, nice job, Ming. Gets the ball to the Bellmont Brave 35-yard line, gain of about 8. Perfect play right there for DeKalb. Now, in essence, they've got 3 downs to try and get 2 yards to move the sticks some more. And it's just a matter of time. Just 2.5 to go now. Barons lead 14-0. A 1st quarter score, a 3rd quarter score. 2 PATs by Aaron Lochner. Matt sets them down. Both running backs are right up tight to him. And over the left side goes Brand this time. And he's got a 1st down to the 30-yard line. These 2 guys run the ball hard. Well, I guess it's just redundant when you say Dekalb Barron running back that you automatically run hard. I mean, that's just a staple. We've seen that for a long time.
That's right, and it's nice that it's nice to be running behind those big guys.
So the phone just rang in the press box. I don't know if Conan's ordering pizza or what. Under 2 minutes to go. Barron's got a first down. Run this thing down and prepare for the next opponent. Over the left side, on his feet, break a throw inside the 15, almost going the distance. For the Bears was Mingling. Wow. 5'10" sophomore, 170-pounder. Brand is 5'6", 140. He's a freshman. Two future fine running backs. Barron's come up with them year in and year out. Another first down. 14-0 is the advantage. Minute and a half to go and still running left side. And that play won't go very far as it'll be who that time? Ming again? Yeah, let's see. No, that was Brand. Yep, 41. Bellmont, I don't know if they got any timeouts or not, but they're not using them. If they do,
I think they've conceded.
Yeah, I have. And right now, they'd probably just be happy to keep it 14-0. The Barons not done yet. Ling and Brand want to get the ball in the end zone. From the 15, handoff left side, trying to turn the corner, and down he goes. And that'll be Mingling. I think he went out of bounds. No, he didn't. The clock keeps running. And let's see, do we have to have one more play? Maybe not. The official, I think
it's all over.
He waited long enough.
Yeah, he waited.
He waited 24
seconds.
That'll clinch it. He waited till that clock got just under 25 seconds, and as you indicated, Bellmont sort of was not going to stop this clock if they had that opportunity. And 14-0 is the best they could do here this evening. Knock her down the final couple seconds, and the Dekalb Barons have won round one of the 1997 sectional football tournament, playing at home against the visiting Bellmont Braves. They knock off the Braves by a pair of touchdowns twice in 2 weeks. Down south, 28-12. Up north here this evening by a count of 14-0. The two teams exchange their handshakes. The black jersey Dekalb Barons and the white jersey Bellmont Braves. Coaching staffs will do the same as they meet out there between the 25 and 30-yard line. And a good solid effort by both of these ball clubs. But the Dekalb Barons just a little bit better. 2 touchdowns worth, and the kicking game as well. And they win it by the final count of 14-0. We will take this commercial timeout, and we'll get into our post game when we return. 14-0. The Dekalb Barons win victory number 6 on the season, 1-0 in the postseason, and their 4th in a row. This is sectional football this evening on TV7 Sports and AM 1570.